Okay, we've decided Derek's got to leave, so we decided to see one more film together, and we saw, what did we see, Adele?
1,000 Times Good Night.
1,000 Times Good Night.
Which is a line from Shakespeare.
Yeah, didn't know that. It's a, I don't know where it's from. I mean, they shot it in Ireland, Afghanistan, Morocco.
It's from producers from Norway, but they had a multi-international deal. So they shot it in Ireland with Irish co-producers, but you know, it takes place in Ireland and also in the Middle East, which they shot after Kabul, so it's supposed to be Kabul, but they shot it in Morocco, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And it stars Juliette Binoche, and also the gentleman whom I can't pronounce his name, but he plays Jamie Lannister
Nikolai
in Game of Thrones.
No, I don't know. Yeah. Nikolai Wazowza.
Fantastic looking man, fantastic actor. Good to see him in the movie.
And I didn't recognize him either in the cast, but Larry Mullen Jr., who's the drummer of U2, actually has a very small part.
Chad was very excited. Chad never talks during the movie. He looks like, hey. Larry Mullen, you too. Larry Mullen, you too.
I couldn't believe it. He's not an actor, so to see him in a movie.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job. So, what is the movie about? Anybody want to explain it? Or do you want me to try? I will try. Okay. Juliette Binoche is a wartime photographer. And like in the same vein as the Hurt Locker, where the Hurt Locker, the guy was addicted to being in the war, she's really addicted to taking amazing pictures and being in the worst parts of the world.
Yeah, part of it's for the thrill, but there's also part of it that's for the altruism, and she actually does want to help. But her good friend does have that line in the beginning of it, like, oh, you don't lie, you're doing this for the rush, you're doing this for the addiction.
I thought of the Hurt Locker when I was watching it, just because, you know, it's this horrible area, and she just has this love to be there in that area. Because she also has 2 daughters and a husband back home in Ireland, and they love her and they care about her. Beautiful family, they want to be a part of her. So she's battling between these 2 things. She wants to be taking pictures in the war, because she's taking pictures. It was disturbing and shocking to me where this movie actually started. We get to see young women strap on bombs and become suicide bombers, and to me that was like, what is this movie about? I didn't understand this movie about. And where it went, and where it went surprised me and shocked me. Again, I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't know anything about it.
We won't say exactly what happens with the plot, but just you know, to explain a little further, there are complications with the home life where the husband, you know, and the kids are letting her know maybe we can't continue to be a family if you choose this lifestyle. And of course, the eldest daughter starts to look up to the mother and her wartime photography, and conflicts of interest arise as to, you know, do you continue with your passion or put yourself in harm's way, or do you choose your family? And yeah, it's a hard movie. It's very rough.
Adele, what did you think about this movie, 1,000 Times Good Night?
1,000 Times Good Night. Well, I actually don't like Jamie Lannister. Nikolai was a cows. I think he's a bit rubbish. And,
Lannister always pays.
Oh my God, you have an opinion. Like, come on, say your opinion.
Okay. And yeah, he kind of, I don't like his acting style. He just didn't really work for me. And Juliette Binoche just acted the pants out of him right out the moon.
She's the lead.
She was phenomenal. She was absolutely phenomenal. But no, he didn't like hold a candle to her magnificence, I didn't think. But overall, I really enjoyed the story. It was very, what is it, like accosting, I don't know. It was like very in your face, but had a lot of good things to say, a lot of good points. I thought they were a bit heavy-handed on the metaphors towards the end there, especially a lot of metaphors for life, for family, all that kind of stuff. But overall, I really thought it had a lot of good points to say about trying to balance life.
There were a couple lines in there that were, and I'm completely fine with a filmmaker having an opinion, but there were a couple lines in there that were overtly like, this is where we're shoving in the line to say something political, whether it was the husband talking about pollution with his marine biology job, or her explaining the issues with her daughter, like, oh, it's a multinational corporation doing this or whatever. But beyond those 2 or 3 like very political lines that stood out, I did compliment the producers and filmmakers for allowing different perspectives to breathe, as far as what the daughters think, from the youngest daughter to the eldest daughter, to the husband's opinions, her opinion, to, you know, it's not necessarily a black and white film. There's some serious issues going on here, and we as an audience can kind of decide what we feel is right or wrong or in the middle.
I think that's why I love the film so much, and it's probably my favorite film out of the 9 movies, thanks to Derek, that I've actually seen at this festival. Because it really doesn't, honestly, I did not feel, maybe because I don't understand all these political messages that are happening, but I'm glad that they were there to tell the story, because it was more of a human story going on here. When we get to know her and her kids, her relationship with her kids, her relationship with her husband. And I enjoyed it. I was glad it stayed in it was this human story, and I started to really connect it. I almost dropped some tears a few times, especially when the daughter and the mother are just having the older daughter is having these great moments, and then they infuse some humor in there thanks to the smaller daughter, and that was really good. Her innocence, she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
But again, I don't mind a political message. I just don't want it hammered in my face, and I felt like this movie did not hammer it in my face. It felt like it was a part of the story. It was very important to the story. It needed to be in there, but I didn't want to be preached to. And I wasn't preached to in this movie. I felt like the movie was more of a human struggle, a human character development, a story structure, and for that, it's one of my favorite movies of the year.
One line that I did think was extremely appropriate, and everyone, no matter what anyone thinks, can agree with, is when she was talking about a picture that she'd taken in Africa, and it was a brutalized individual who had their, excuse my graphic description, but had their lips taken off and their ears taken off, and the Juliette Binoche character, Rebecca, talked about how the world was more fascinated with Paris Hilton at the time, hopping out of a car with no panties on, instead of focusing on something so important and something so insane like the atrocities happening in Africa. So that line really hit home.
That was a good, yeah.
I love pop culture, I love movies, I love film festivals, I love music. So it's just like, yeah, you know, that is very true. A lot of people get caught up in, you know, celebrity BS or whatever, instead of like, hey, what's happening around the world?
Around the world, yeah. Anybody else want to say anything, or we'll close it out?
No, I definitely agree with what you just said. I mean, it's very easy to get caught in, to always look inwards at your life, what's happening right around you, directly influencing you. But this film definitely takes you out of your comfort zone and shows you other perspectives.
It was a moving film, I have to tell you. So
feel-good movie of the summer.
I don't know what's coming out, but hopefully in 2014 it'll get a limited release, and you can check out 1,000 Times Good Night. All right, Adele, please let us know who you are.
I am Adele from Roll Credits. You can find me on YouTube. Make sure you come by and say hello.
Subscribe. She is very dedicated. I want to tell you, this girl is very dedicated. Again, she wrote to me, she commented to me, and I was just, I was like, who is this person? And then I checked out your videos.
I'm his biggest fan.
I love these kind of fans. But what I have to, I'm your biggest fan. Derek, you're a pretty big fan too. So anyways, but I love her dedication. She goes and sees these movies, and we need more women, lovely women.
More women.
Girl power.
Girl power, reviewing movies on the internet. And of course you're a filmmaker as well. So I look forward to seeing your
I haven't seen any of her videos, but I'm going to go home and think about watching her YouTube. I will subscribe.
If you don't subscribe, I will hunt
Please
you
subscribe
down.
to Roll Credits. All right, Derek.
Hello, I'm Derek Easley. You can find me on IMDb and Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter at Fortress of Derek. You can check out my articles on GameFob.com. I'm the senior film and television correspondent for GameFob Network. They're so generous.
They're the reason why we're here.
Thank
give us
you.
passes for the LA Film Festival. Support the LA Film Festival and your local film festivals. And you can also check out the Long Beach Acting and Film Association, which is a group that Chad and I are a part of. And you can find us on the internet at LBAFA.org or on Facebook under Long Beach Acting and Film Association.
I am MovieManCHAD. Thank you so much in this review. It's been a great time being here for my 5th day at the Los Angeles Film Festival. You know, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, but please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube at We Live Film. Go to Long Beach LBAFA, Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here, and as well as go to MoviePilot.com, great site where they just have lots of stuff about movies, all kinds of people, and hopefully Roll Credits can be a part of that as well. Subscribe to my channel. Again, I really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to have more videos in the future, more movie reviews, but it's been a great honor. And look forward to Q&As coming out. We're going to post all the Q&As that we shot for the film, and of course the vlog talking about the whole day experience. So anyways, it's been a great day hanging out with Derek. and Adele from Roll Credits. And I'll
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times. Yeah, that's good.
Good night. Enjoy the show.
Bye.